It is the 23rd of August, 2026. Thank you for joining us for our first edition of News Tonight. With me, Moureen Babirye. These are our top stories tonight. Top stories tonight. President Museveni urges Bishop Patience Rwabogo to combine faith with economic empowerment. Minister for Health Dr. Chris Bariomosi tips Kanungu Christian community to address household income. Soroti City residents welcome High Court ruling on 3 people for the murder of a 5-year-old nursery child, John Faith Appeal. And Ministry of Works and UPDF Engineering Brigade work ahead in preparation for the AFCON. Thank you for joining us once again. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has affirmed his support for Bishop Patience Rwabogo's spiritual journey, urging her to combine faith with economic empowerment. Museveni says the gospel should not only nourish the spirit, but also inspire wealth creation and improve livelihoods. He was speaking at the consecration of Rwabogo as bishop at Covenant Hill Worship Ministries in Maya, where he also praised the Lord for the health recovery of the First Lady, Janet Museveni.
The elegantly dressed and spiritually gifted Patience Rwabogo emerged from her vehicle like a woman on a mission to consolidate and strengthen her spiritual calling. This was on Sunday at Covenant Hill Worship Ministries in Maya along Massacre Road.
We stand before God and before this sacred assembly to present Pastor Patience Kokundeka Museveni Rwabogo.
The occasion was a milestone in her spiritual journey. She was consecrated to the Episcopal office of Bishop. The consecration was officiated and overseen by Bishop Dr. Ladonna Osborne. The ceremony came 20 years after the Covenant Nations Church was inaugurated in 2006.
Very few people in life choose to commit to something higher than self, something higher than personal gain. Many of us want all the worlds we can occupy at a go. Business, politics, religion, everything. Patience is faithfully a meaningful, specific, not a meandering generality. She is a great mother at home. She is a pastor for Christ. Finish.
It was a moment of celebration for the church and the congregation, with the main celebrant joined by Nigerian pastor A. Adeboye.
Let me do my own first. I decree concerning Uganda, every generational curse must end today.
Wherever you grow, whatever nation, the needs are the same. Human needs are the same. The bondage of Satan looks the same in every nation, but is always to put people down and to destroy their lives. Jesus comes to lift people up and to give them a new beginning.
The consecration was witnessed by President Yoweri Museveni and First Lady Janet Museveni.
First of all, I thank God for the recovery of Mama. And I want to salute, apart from thanking God, to thank the medical staff who were involved in supporting her, and also our children, Mohozi, Natasha, Patience, Diana, who have been together with the medical staff looking after her.
As parents, they affirmed their support to Rwabogo's spiritual journey and new responsibility.
This young person has really read the Bible much more than myself. I surrendered. So therefore, Bishop Patience will bring a lot of energy in the church.
They have given their all to this call, and we believe you have received their service as worship to your great name. Thank you, Lord, for honoring them and choosing them to do this great work. We pray that you will now empower them with a fresh anointing of the Holy Spirit to do this great work.
But for President Museveni, spirituality must go beyond spiritual nourishment. He called for a gospel that also encourages wealth creation, economic empowerment, and better livelihoods.
He came to heal the sick, feed the hungry, free those in bondage. That's what Jesus came for. And any religion which does not address that is a waste of time. You heard it. Go to the substance. You say you're religious. What is the substance?
Church and political leaders joined the congregation in celebrating the day's milestone.
And moreover, Mom, to have said such a powerful prayer, which we didn't expect that would last all those 13 minutes. It's amazing. The journey has been a long one, and today we continue to confirm that really this first family has favor.
But we thank God that she's strong, that she was able to witness her daughter's exaltation being lifted to a position of bishop, and this affirms what we choose, God multiplies.
We have been missing her, and today is a real miracle that she came to witness the consecration of her daughter, but also the consecration of that very Patience Rwabogo is also a miracle in itself.
So let's carry the fire, the lamp, as you showed us, the lamp of wealth, of also praying to our country and the other countries as well, so that the world can move together as one.
Tested, firm and faithful, Patience Rwabogo's consecration is not the end of her spiritual service, but a new chapter in spreading the gospel of salvation. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Congratulations are in order to you, Bishop Rwabogo. In other news, the Minister for Health, Chris Bariomonsi, has appealed to the Christian community in Kanungu to scale up income-generating activities to address household income. He was at St. John Muchinga Hika Priestly Thanksgiving Mass for Reverend Father Silas Ahadizira in Kanungu District. We have a report.
St. John Muchinga Hika compound in Kanungu district was filled to capacity as thousands of Christians converged for a priestly Thanksgiving Mass for Reverend Father Silas Aharizira. The chief guest, the Minister for Health and area Member of Parliament, who supported the newly ordained Reverend Father, congratulated him and encouraged him to be committed to the work.
I have wished him well. Priesthood is a calling, and wherever the bishop will post him, he should treat people with love, with care, be able to preach the word of God, but also mix the word of God with words of encouraging them to participate in wealth creation. Because it is the people who are wealthy, people who have income, that can be able to contribute to the building of the church.
He also appealed to the Christian community in Kanungu to scale up their income generating activities.
This is an area where coffee does well, tea does well, fruits do well, but even they can engage in the apiary, in the poultry, in pig farming. So we are mobilizing the people to participate in the PDM and other government programs, but also to explore other ways how they can engage in production.
He assured the residents of Kanungu of government's commitment to provide better services to the community.
This area requires a lot of services. You can see we have already extended electricity, we have done their road. We shall need to give them a health facility in this area, because this is a hilly, mountainous area where access to services can be challenged, but I will support them as their member of parliament.
The minister insisted on poverty alleviation and commitment at Chinava Catholic Parish during another Thanksgiving ceremony for Reverend Father Maridadi Anakaleti. The minister gifted the two Reverend Fathers with mass kits, including Bibles, rosaries, and the robes. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kanungu.
The Deputy Inspector General of Government, Dr. Patricia Achano-Kiria, has cautioned university students against excessive reliance on artificial intelligence in academic work. Okiria says overdependence on artificial intelligence could weaken creativity, independent thinking, and research skills while increasing the risk of plagiarism.
And I'm telling them, oh, you know, corruption is bad. And they're like, yes, corruption is bad. Let us consult with one another.
The mentorship focused on leadership, discipline, courage, vision, and integrity.
We are having this open day as a mentorship day session with the students where we equip them with basics on leadership. We are talking about leadership with discipline, leadership with a vision, leadership with courage and confidence, and key attributes of leaders.
The Deputy Inspector General of Government, Dr. Patricia Chan, urged the students to use AI as a support tool rather than allowing it to replace their own thinking and research.
But we have many students today who want AI to form the content and the quality of what it is they are writing. And we, the lecturers, when when we study these scripts, we discover that a lot is is copied and pasted, and we see aspects of plagiarism. So I'm encouraging students to be innovative, to think, not to let AI replace that thinking.
Actually, the problem is not AI, because AI is an innovation. But the challenge is on how is AI used. How do students relate with AI? How do students use AI? And how is it being helpful in the academic spaces? Now, the recommendation or the suggestions we usually give in the spaces I go to is to give guidance to students.
The student leaders welcomed the mentorship, saying it had equipped them with the practical skills to improve leadership at their institutions.
Our theme for the event centered around shaping the next generation professionals, defining purpose, guarding integrity, and transforming lives. When Doctor was presenting, she focused more on guiding students who want to be professionals, the next generation, on how they can reach there. She focused her communication on having a vision, dreaming to achieve that vision, and actually being purpose-driven.
In a new development, residents in Soroti City have welcomed a High Court ruling sentencing 3 people over the murder of 5-year-old John Apio Faith, a former Primary 1 pupil at Josan Nursery and Primary School. School Director, Susan Vivian Ariokot was sentenced to life imprisonment, while Detective Police Constable John Bosco Oboto received 45 years and Joseph Okedi 35 years in prison.
Justice Boniface Wamala said the offense had been planned and that the sentences should deter child sacrifice and other crimes against children.
The convicts therefore deserve deterrent sentences to send a message not only to them but any other people, any other member of the public that may contemplate to indulge in such.
He also described Oboto's involvement as particularly serious because, as a police officer, he had a duty to protect the public.
In light of the mitigating factors stated in her favor, the circumstances of the offense do not justify a sentence of death.
3 others, the school head teacher James Edoket, matron Osula Dong, and cook Valentine Opio, were acquitted. Joan's mother, Angel Evelyn Cole, thanked the people of Teso, police and the judiciary for supporting the family.
Because the citizens have been so cooperative that they used to give all the police all the information touching to the incidents that has taken place.
The ruling ends a closely followed case that attracted widespread public attention across the region.
Others are annoyed, others are happy. This is the day everybody has been waiting for the judgment of this case. As a lawyer, I welcome the decision.
I'm Benon Mokwaya with Salome Among.
Thank you, Benon, for that report. Now, the Deputy Inspector General of Government, Dr. Patricia Achano-Kiria, has cautioned university students against excessive reliance on artificial intelligence in academic work. Okiria says overdependence on artificial intelligence could weaken creativity, independent thinking and research skills while increasing the risk of plagiarism. Apologies for that. The Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances and Implementation has tasked the Ministry of Works and Transport to expedite construction of delayed bridge projects in Dokolo and West Nile. The committee says the delays are undermining government efforts to improve connectivity and protect communities from transport disruptions during rainy seasons.
The elegantly dressed and spiritually gifted Patience Ruabogo emerged from her vehicle like a woman on a mission to consolidate and strengthen her spiritual calling.
In Dokolo District, the committee has ordered the Ministry of Works and Transport to fast-track construction of Amodo Bridge at Agwata.
We realize that some money has been given to the ministry. We have come here and we've found out that these people have been acting as people are coming in a mode of view once. They appear and then disappear. Do some semblance of work, go away. But since the Member of Parliament raised this matter in Parliament, these 2 weeks, they have been working as if they have never worked before. But this pledge was raised in 2018.
The bridge, whose construction started in 2021 at an estimated cost of 7 billion shillings, is only 5% complete, despite government releasing about 500 million shillings.
That the engineer said he has already committed himself that he's going to work with the local, he's going to work with the district, he's going to work together with all the leaders. He also said that they are going to extend this road up to the main, meaning that in case it is passing in front of your house, you have to work hand in hand with them.
The committee wants the Ministry of Works to explain the delays and ensure the project is completed within the agreed timelines.
The work started in January 2026 and is expected to be completed in January 2028, provided funds are available. In this project, we are going to be having a series of box culverts because according to the water level, we can no longer use only round armco culverts. So we are having about several lines of box culvert that is representing a bridge, the bridges that will be constructed.
The committee inspected the site following concerns raised in Parliament by Dokolo Woman MP Sarah Aguti. In West Nile, the committee also raised concerns over delayed construction of 3 major bridges in Arua district, Odroa, Ala and Osu. Government committed about 28 billion shillings to the projects, which started in the 2021-2022 financial year and were expected to be completed by 2024-2025.
In case it rains, you find this place is flooded, so they can't pass here. You find the vehicles stopping on the way. At times you find the pedestrians removing their shoes, they move barefoot, like crossing to move to the market side. So that is the biggest challenge we have when it comes to moving.
This road has affected us on business wide, of course. My people generally are fishermen and are fishmongers as well.
The committee later inspected Osu Bridge at the border of Arua City and Terego, where similar challenges were observed.
In another development, Uganda's former Foreign Affairs Minister and diplomat Olara Otunu remains in the race to become the next United Nations Secretary General as the Security Council moves through informal voting to identify a successor to Antonio Guterres. Otunu is among 8 declared candidates being considered for the UN's top diplomatic post. Guyana's Ambassador Caroline Rodriguez Bucket has emerged as the current frontrunner, securing 8 courage votes in the latest straw poll. Costa Rica's Rebecca Greenspan and Argentina's Rafael Grossi, who heads the International Atomic Energy Agency, received 7 encourage votes each. The field also includes former Senegalese President Macky Sall, former Chilean President Michelle Bachelet, former UN General Assembly President Maria Fernanda Espinosa of Ecuador, and Ecuadorian diplomat Yvonne Abaki. The informal ballots are used by the 15-member Security Council to gauge support for candidates and gradually narrow the field. To advance formally, a candidate requires at least 9 votes in the Security Council and must avoid a veto from any of the 5 permanent members, that is China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom and the United States. The Security Council will eventually recommend one candidate to the UN General Assembly for appointment as the next Secretary General. In more news, the Ministry of Water and Environment is prioritizing expanding safe water access, increasing bulk water for production, strengthening climate resilience and restoring degraded ecosystems in its budget for this financial year. Given the recent communicated government priorities, the ministry's plan does not only speak to real needs from the grassroots, but aligns with national development targets and aims to close the gap in communities still relying on unsafe water sources.
This is Robert Babashaija's shop. A look at these jerrycans in their tents, you'll be mistaken to think they contain petroleum products for sale. But no, They are empties awaiting refill for water from anywhere around River Waiga in Bulisa district.
Amazzi ago bwetugajja ku nnyanja tugatereka mu bidomolo tandika tugatunda nusu bitaano.
Robert's story is not unique. Ministry of Water and Environment reports showed that 15% of rural water points across Uganda are non-functional. In districts like Karamoja, Kabong and Sembabule, coverage remains the lowest in the country. In places like Butiaba Town Council, even with the presence of lake water, demand is rising faster than supply.
Like in this cell where we are, the triangle cell have no tap stands. They have no taps at all. Meaning these people resort on lake water. Then shall we be able to really overcome the waterborne diseases? We have areas that have got no single tap stand. The more so the Tugombiri, Kawaibanda, Triangle, Kekeya, Magali, Pida A, Kigangaizi. These areas have no tap stands.
But this year, in 2026-2027 national budget, water is getting a big line item. Over 1 trillion shillings has been committed to expand safe water and sanitation services. Another 494 billion shillings is tagged for climate and environmental protection. The question begs strong answers in whether this money will translate into more taps that actually work.
We are talking about multi-purpose use of water. We are also talking about integrated projects so that you can have a project that has water supply, agriculture, that is irrigation, energy and ecosystem restoration.
According to the budget, government's goal is universal access. Currently, 71% of households have access to improved water sources. That's to say 68% in rural areas and 74.5% in urban centers. The gap, small as it may be, is a pure nightmare to people like Robert. Fortunately, the 2026-2027 budget carries allocations for boreholes, bulky water schemes, rainwater harvesting, dams, and valley tanks. This shift is part of the new WASH Pact and the WASH National Climate Adaptation Plan of 2026 to 2030. The ministry's permanent secretary says the goal is to ensure every Ugandan has reliable access to safe and clean water.
The focus is not now on villages. Our focus is to try to reach households. We are challenging ourselves to do a little bit better than the villages. So the focus is on household. And household, it is not just household for the sake of drinking water, but also household to support economic activities. Government is pushing money through the PDM, through IMYOGA, name it. And most of those require water. So at household level, we need to have water.
Back in Bulisa, Robert is hoping against hope that this allocation delivers more functioning taps where they are needed most. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Finance State Minister General Duties Ceci Mulondo has lauded the Catholic Church for its role play in Uganda's education sector. Minister Mulondo has made the commendation at celebrations to mark 49 years since the founding of St. Kizito SS Katikamo Chisule in Luwera district, held at the school's premises, where she has been the chief guest.
Maya Angelou, an American poet, said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better." Wisdom is not just passing exams with A's. Wisdom is knowing what is right and having the courage to do it. Knowing what is right and having the courage to do it. True education must go beyond passing exams or scoring high marks. Many students have performed very well as far as getting marks is concerned. Wisdom is what made Kizito our patron saint. The king wanted him to abandon faith, but he kept strong. At 14 years, he kept strong and never abandoned his faith.
Myaka 49 egy'okusomesa abaana b'eggwanga nga tubagunjula mu by'ensoma, mu by'empisa, eby'emizannyo, byonna ebikola omwana oba omuntu omulamba. Tusaba singa kisoboka abasomesa abo ne beeyongerako, gavumenti n'etuweereza abasomesa abawerako kubanga omuwendo gugenze gweyongera.
So government to increase on science teachers on the government payroll so that this school can contribute efficiently to the development of this country. I appeal to all parents in this school, especially because many are singers beyond Katikamu Secondary School and beyond, to embrace government programs, especially PDM and yoga.
Are you smiling?
People living with disabilities have benefited from a 2-day medical camp at Old Kampala Senior Secondary School. Disabled Women in Development and the organizers say the aim is to bring health services closer to persons with disabilities.
People with disability embrace free medical services at Old Kampala Senior Secondary School. Organized by Disabled Women Development and other partners on the theme From Health Access to Economic Independence, the free medical camp aimed at offering different health services to people with disability.
This is our 6th medical camp. Our persons that are differently abled have been able to get access for various services, from testing from HIV to sickle cell disease to all diseases, pressure. We want to thank all our partners that stand with us to make sure that persons with disabilities also have good health care. We believe with good health care, they can also have economic independence.
As an Indian Women Association, we are proud to support Disabled Women Organization for the past 4 years, and we truly value this partnership and our shared commitment to the health, well-being and empowerment women with disability. I strongly believe that disability should never be seen as inability. With the right support, women with disabilities can lead, inspire and contribute meaningful to the society.
They were screened for malaria, HIV, blood pressure and sickle cell. The people with disability commended the initiative, saying it has helped them access health care easily.
Women with disabilities get a chance to be tested of different diseases because they find it hard to go to the hospitals where at times they lack transportation, but here we offer free transportation, free medication and free screening. So it's very important for them to come because this medical camp happens every year.
And you find that people with disability who cannot afford to go to the health care to access medical care, they come here and they get things for free. They are treated, and those who don't know how they are standing, they come here and they get to know how they are standing. Those other people they be covered now, they have pressure, they have diabetes, they have this and this, others they have malaria. And the other tablets or medicine which are not too expensive, they get it for free here. And those who cannot get it for free here, they are recommended.
Such health initiatives help people with disability in accessing health care.
Wanje sabo.
Ugamotia. Oina kachi. Ha. Kagulinis take kagulinis. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Hemutieni Momo. Madam, remove the food, put more meat, add the meat. Yes. Hey. Now, these are the fruits of paying your loan is in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial star 165 *5 hash to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice?
Yes.
Juice in me.
In Uganda, mornings don't begin with sunrise. They begin with courage. One man, one factory that has refused to stay silent. With one spark of courage, a chain of prosperity begins. When one Ugandan stands up, the nation moves. Pearl Bank. Grow. Prosper.
What if accessing government services became easier, faster, and closer to you? Introducing Service Uganda Centers, a new initiative designed to bring key government services closer to the people under one convenient location. Less movement from office to office, less unnecessary travel, better access to services and information. At the Service Uganda Centers, citizens will be able to access national ID services, passport processing, business registration, land and revenue services, and more, all in one convenient location. Whether you are in the city or upcountry, Service Uganda Centers are being designed with you in mind. Enjoy faster service, professional guidance, and a seamless customer experience. This is an initiative of the Government of Uganda, digitally powered by the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA, under the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project Government Network. Service Uganda Centers, bringing services closer to the people.
Alo.
Yes, mwami mukasa.
Mutyaneyo.
Yono broka.
Yenze broka wa mayumba.
Bangambye ne nyumba za mwenunjiko.
Kituufu. Oyagala bisenge bimeka?
Nga bisatu.
Ebbeeyi bagigambye?
Bangambye saa 5.
Nedda ssebo eno zaali nnyamuuko.
Lwaki?
Anti langi gye tusiigisa ya mulembe. Kati ne value y'ekitundu yalinnya.
Musiigisa ki?
Global Paints.
Mutya.
Ku siiringi tukozesa Global Mat. Ate munda ne tukozesa Global Silk Vinyl.
Singa kwetaga wabweru.
Wabweru tukozesa Global Weather Coat Emulsion.
Kusiiga gye musiiga. Ogwo omutindo ogusasulira sente zonna.
Guli wumite.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching News Tonight with me, Moureen Babirye. Now, in business news, the Uganda Federation of Mall Gwemgo Community Credit Cooperatives has taken financial literacy, discipline, and mindset training to rural remote communities in eastern Uganda. The trainings in the parish of Buvulunguti and Bukamba sub-county in Kalido district promote the formation of Mall Gwemgos, commonly known as village banking.
Rural communities in eastern Uganda districts are turning to Mall Gwemgo or village banks through savings, investment and collective development for financial empowerment. The Uganda Federation of Mall Gwemgo Community Credit Cooperatives is promoting the Korean Simol Gwemgo model, which encourages communities to mobilize local resources and invest in their own development.
Our main objective is to see that members in our communities are able to support themselves.
and they are financially independent and can be able to access their needs.
At Buvolunguti Parish, Bukamba Sub-County, Kaliro District, MG members said the initiative has strengthened their savings, investment and cooperation.
Saving is not bad, it's good.
We learned how best can we save, and we agree that every week we are going to be saving, contributing shares and welfare fund.
Expanding membership needs to translate into tangible economic benefits for households.
We get a lot of money, but the way we expend our money, we don't save. But as per now, I'm going to teach them how we can save and develop.
The model has aided communities reduce dependence on money lenders.
All at 3%, but the other banks and the other associations, they are still at 10%, which is become difficult to our members. So we are very happy that we can help our people in the community.
The financial literacy and mindset trainings are supported by South Korean Ministry of Interior and Safety and the Korean Federation of Community Credit Cooperatives.
In other news, over 500 students from schools in the central region are benefiting from an agricultural training to skill the youth in climate-smart agriculture. The farm manager at Gayaza High School, Patrick Mohinda, says the students are trained in different agricultural fields like animal husbandry, water resources management for food production and poultry.
Students from the central region have trained in climate-smart agriculture to match the existing climate change. The training is on the theme, skilling the youth in climate-smart agriculture and environment sustainability. The learners are trained in animal husbandry, water resources management for food production, and how to utilize small plots of land to produce food.
The reason we have continued to organize this camp is because we want to bridge the gap between practical learning and the theoretical learning that our learners go through. As a country, we still have agriculture as the leading employer, and we still have agriculture as the backbone of our economy. So it is important that we skill these students, these learners, in modern and hands-on farming practices.
The learners say they have benefited from the training.
Make it fun. Make it fun. Push it. Then add solar out.
Over the years, we host this camp as to teach the current youth or the current generation that agriculture still benefits a lot, that there's still a lot in agriculture. Agriculture did not stop with our grandparents, it did not stop with our great-grandparents. It's to show the youth that what comes on the table does not come from the supermarkets, it does not come from the markets they buy it from, but it has a root source, which is the farm. It's to show the youth that in farming, it's not about touching only the soil, there's something better, there's value addition, which is also part of farming. There is, now like in milk, it's not about coming and milking the cow, you can be the yogurt, the person behind the yogurt.
The director, URAS Africa, an agricultural genetics and livestock solutions provider, Hamid Rutaro, said skilling young people in agriculture gives background to the country's economy.
When we say climate smart agriculture, yeah, we use the buzzword climate smart, but the simplicity of it really is doing more with the same or less resources. If I have a cow that is giving me 5 liters, but I'm grazing it on 4 acres, in a climate smart way, I will do better in terms of feeding, better breeding, and from the same cow, I will get 20 liters even on 1 acre. So it is very, very important to educate our children, the youth, who are the future pillars and foundation of agriculture in our country.
Now, Jumbo Jet returns to Uganda October 1st, offering affordable direct flights from Entebbe to 7 Kenyan destinations, boosting tourism, trade and regional travel ahead of AFCON 2027. We have a report.
It's a pleasure being back to as Jumbo Jet to this market. We were here, we launched in 2018, but when COVID struck, we stopped our operations. It's a pleasure just to coming back 6 years later. One of the things that we are coming back to the market is it's with a promise that what we're bringing in is that we're bringing in that reliability, that reliable experience to our customers. There's a lot of business in between Uganda and Kenya. There's a lot of family, visiting family and friends. There are also quite a number of touristic destinations like the Kenyan coastal destinations and also in Uganda, whereby we can be able to connect tourists. So what we are promising is that connectivity to the market, ensuring that also safe operations. We're also promising affordability, our lowest fare starting from $170.
We're here to attend the relaunch of Jumbo Jet into Uganda. Entebbe, Nairobi, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is where they'll be flying to. From a tourism perspective, I'd say this is a fantastic thing that they have done, because this is another option for air connectivity. Air connectivity, it has been proven, is the one vehicle that helps us to bring investment, trade and tourism into a country.
So every year there's a Uganda.
In other news, a land dispute in Katwe Chibuye Machindia division has taken a new twist after a senior presidential assistant for special duties, Fiona Barungi, intervened in a conflict between the family of the late Elias Bisegerwa and businessman Moses Semakula. The family accuses Semakula and his associates of using private security personnel, Bachifesi and police to evict them and their tenants, with allegations of property confiscation and assault. Take a look.
Tension rose during a meeting convened by Fiona Barungi to mediate the long-running dispute over land in Wansaso zone.
Saawa zino ye registered proprietor w'ettaka lino pulizi okumala emyaka 49. N'eliizi eyo yali ya taata waffe yagifuna ku ttaka ly'e Buganda. 2000 tugenda okuwulira nti ekyapa kyafuluma ne kigenda mu mwami Semakula Moses nga tetulina consent.
Mwami amaduuka gaffe yagaggala omwaka mulamba n'ebintu byonna munda mwebiri.
Ajja kiro nga 23 24 essaawa 9 ng'enkuba etonnya. Ne basalamu enzigi, ne bawangula enzigi zonna, ne bateeka oloole, ne batandika okusomba buli kintu ekyali muno. Omwami Semakula ng'ali ku sheero wali.
The disputed land is located on Block 7, Plot 130, measuring about 0.221. It has a market, shops, a bar, lodge and other businesses. The Bisegera family says their late father acquired the lease from the Buganda Land Board and was surprised when Moses Semakula later claimed ownership.
Tukwatako abantu 6 abaali bakoze n'omusango gwa reepu. Kuli abaami bali abasatu bali ku musango gwa reepu, era bali mu ne bajja mu n'ekiro ne mbatwala ne mbateeka wali ku poliisi. Gwokubiri ne banfulumya n'emmundu essaawa 3 bakokinga wali emmundu na wali nga bakuliddwa omwami aliwa oli ayambadde oli wakakooti k'amasannyalaze. Omuntu temukiza ne kusiba bizinensi ye yadde tajjaamu yadde jjiiko.
The family says court proceedings resulted in an order concerning possession of the property, while the question of ownership remained before court.
Tusaba temporary injunction gye twafuna ng'eri in favor muffe ng'erestraininga mwami Semakula n'abakozi be bonna ku ttaka lino paka ng'omusango guwedde.
During the meeting, Semakula and his lawyers were asked to explain how the court order was interpreted and executed, particularly why the family and the tenants were evicted.
By the High Court saying that decision
Now, let me ask you, Council.
Yes.
If you are able to lie to me that by the time the status quo was issued by court, it is this gentleman who was in possession, and then you're lying. Everyone here is actually trying to object. Who was in possession? Who was in possession when that status quo happened? By that time, who was in possession?
The judge, that is not me, found it was Mr. Semakula Moses.
Council, be honest with yourself as you are honest with us. You cannot come here. Please, now, let it be an order. Do not read me anything contrary to a court order.
Hereby ordered as follows. The status quo of the suit property be maintained as it is now. 2. The 9th respondent then, who was Semakula Moses, his agents, servants, and anyone claiming title from him, all his predecessors in title, are restrained from collecting any rent from the applicants, evicting, or dealing in any way with the suit property.
Barungi also cautioned Semakula and his lawyers from Sebo and Company Advocates over the circumstances surrounding the eviction.
If you are to bring here police, so now, I want to go back and find out how that illegal eviction took place, and then we will come back and execute or implement the court order.
I'm Benon Mukwaya with Jamil Sekaja, UBC.
Mami!
Wanje sabo.
Ugamotia. Oina kachi. Ha. Kagulinis teka kagulinis. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Hemutieni Momo. Madam, remove the food, put more meat, add the meat, yes. Hey. Now, these are the fruits of paying your loan is in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial star 165*5 hash to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice?
Yes.
Juice in me.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential. With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
Welcome back from the break, and now in sports news. Leaders in the Rwenzori sub-region is linking the growing success of the Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon to the prevailing peace and security. Local and international runners and tourists gathered in Kasese for this year's event, which is increasingly positioning the region as a sports tourism destination.
Kasese was vibrant as athletes from Uganda and beyond took part in the Taskalite Rwenzori Marathon. Leaders say the event is a sign of how peace has transformed a region once associated with insecurity into a growing tourism hub.
You cannot, people moved in the very many places without fear, without being scared because of the security that have been ushered in by our beloved President Yoweri Museveni. We are very grateful, and we believe and we are sure we are going to continue with this security. There's nothing now in Rwenzori that disturbs. It was wiped, the insecurity was wiped out of Rwenzori, and people are very happy They have interacted with people from different countries, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, and other parts of Africa and the whole world. And this has put Kasese on the map of Uganda and the whole of Rwenzori. And we request that this continues coming to this Rwenzori, because it develops the people of Rwenzori, the people of Kasese. People's business have been boosted. The hotel people have got a lot of money.
Bugendera County MP Christopher Chibazanga says the marathon is also an opportunity for communities to promote local culture, coffee and tourism.
Suppose Rwenzori wasn't peace, you wouldn't have seen such a multitude of people coming to Rwenzori. And when Rwenzori receives, for instance, local, regional, international guests to the tune of 3 to 4 million people, spending here for 3 days, my dear, it's money. It's money. So I can say Rwenzori itself is a tourism area. And when Rwenzori is very peaceful, you expect tourists. Every year you can have like 3 million, 4 million tourists here.
Philip Kimuro says conservation is essential if the region is to sustain its growing tourism appeal.
Because we appreciate the value of what gathering people together at the foothills of Rwenzori means. It is the entry point for Uganda's tourism potential, and as we promote this country, it's very, very imperative that we are part and parcel of the system that is delivering this. We know that Uganda's tourism is nature-based, and we are focused on the same as we restore the degraded areas of Rwenzori landscapes, but also as we focus on ensuring that the wildlife returns and that people like this.
Tenacity Nursery and Primary School in Mukono has held a colorful sports day, bringing together pupils, teachers and parents for a day of competition, talent and teamwork. The event featured a range of sporting activities, giving pupils an opportunity to showcase their abilities while promoting physical fitness, discipline and confidence.
Chief guest Mrs. Bako Florence encouraged the pupils to embrace sports and develop their talent, saying participation in extracurricular activities contributes to the overall development of children.
Sports is aimed at tapping a talent. And as Tenacity Primary School, we have to prepare a whole child. A child that is good at academics, and a child that is good at sports. Then in term 3, we shall be looking at music, dance and drama. So we are tapping all the skills. So as a school, we are happy that today we have had very many activities.
The school director, Miss Elizabeth Onen, commended pupils and teachers for their active participation and thanked parents for supporting the event.
Dear parents, thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your children. Thank you for encouraging your children to come for training. Some of you came but didn't see your children. You kept your children at home. So those who sent their children this whole week, can you say, God is good? God is?
The sports day also provided an opportunity for pupils to build friendships, learn teamwork and enjoy healthy competition outside the classroom.
Mami!
Wanje sabo.
Ugamotia. Oina kachi. Ha. Kagulinis tekako. Kagulinis. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Hemutieni Momo. Madam, remove the food. Put more meat. Add the meat. Yes. Hey. No, these are the fruits of paying your loans in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial star 165*5 hash to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice?
Yes.
Juice in me.
We've come to the end of the first edition of News Tonight. Thank you so much for watching. But before I leave you, I'll leave you with an AFCON update where in exactly 300 days, Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda will for the first time host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations that's codenamed Pamoja 2027. Our reporter will take us back through the bid process and get us up to speed about how ready these nations are for the continental showpiece. My name's Moureen Babirye. Enjoy.
On the 27th September 2023, Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda were announced as the host of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, which for sponsorship purposes is referred to as the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations, Pamoja 2027. This bid was fully supported by the three presidents, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of Uganda, William Ruto of Kenya and Samia Suluhu of Tanzania. This edition of the tournament will be the first to be hosted by three countries and the first in 5 decades to be organized in the Sekafa region since it was hosted by Ethiopia in 1976. This event will also be part of the Africa Cup of Nations 70th anniversary. It will also be the last one to be held in odd-numbered years, as CAF announced in December 2025 that AFCON would become a quadrennial tournament from 2028 onwards. As a precursor to the tournament, the three East African nations organized the Championship of African Nations 2024, albeit in August 2025. Morocco won the tournament, but on the overall, it was a largely successful event for the home nations that not only played decently, but importantly proved hosting abilities. At the end of the Championship of Africa Cup of Nations tournament, Confederation of Africa Football advised several adjustments to facilities in Uganda, including Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. This is already being worked on to meet AFCON standards, as is the newly built Hoima City Stadium, for which CAF also proposed changes.
And where we are today and tomorrow, I want to assure the people of Uganda that AFCON 2027 will take place in Uganda, United Republic of Tanzania, and Kenya come June next year. We've been in this journey together. And I want to commend all stakeholders who have participated in ensuring we reach where we are today. It is only a fool who might not be able to see the benefits of this project. But for those who understand sport, if there's any project in this country where government has put in an investment of almost 3 trillion shillings, is this project.
Apart from those key facilities, the government of Uganda, and largely through the Ministry of Education and Sports and National Council of Sports, has intensified work on the training facilities that will support the two main stadiums. Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, will use its annex Chambogo University, Makerere University, and the Fufa Kadiba as training grounds.
Football cannot be played without infrastructure. We can't. And there's a lot of work now that has been done on the international level. Today I'm comfortable that with the addition of Hoima, with the addition of Akibwa, and already Mandela being redone, on the level of international football, our minister and colleagues, I think we have ticked the boxes finally.
The Hoima City Stadium will also use its annex Masindi Stadium, Hoima Boma Grounds, and the Satitowini facility as the training venues.
I can tell you now that AFCON is here
All the AFCON pitches are going to be constructed. This is a 6-month project, and the UPDF Engineers Brigade has already demonstrated that 6 months are enough for them to pull off this kind of job to a very good standard, to a world standard. And we have all the confidence and the trust that the Engineers Brigade is going to do a good job, and we start a long journey to engineering sports talent in this country, to adding value to sports talent in this country, to ensuring that our kids in Uganda, our boys and girls, are able to make it to the big leagues.
Chambogo University and the various annexes at the main stadiums are ready, but works on all others is underway with all the financial releases available to ensure smooth operation. The works at all those training venues is being undertaken by the Uganda People's Defence Forces under the supervision of Ministry of Works and Transport.
We are here to deliver the project. The project will be of quality and there will be value for money. The 6 months given to us are really enough to make sure we develop this project to completion, assuming all factors are constant.
This is the first of its kind Uganda will have. We are not talking about a regional. This is the biggest, meaning that the rest of the region will have regional sports academies or district sports academy. What we are calling national sports academy is the biggest and is the first of its kind. So we want to thank the ministry, the First Lady and Mama for accepting this to be among the projects as a legacy of Africa.
But for the 3 East African countries to be able to host the 2027 Pamoja Africa Cup of Nations, there are many other components that must meet standard. These include hotels, roads, and hospitals.
We look forward to giving temporary working opportunities to at least 2,500 Ugandans. These will be in form of volunteers, but volunteer does not mean that you are doing some work for free. We shall give you lunch, we shall give you breakfast, and maybe some pocket money to take you through the season, the month. So about 2,500 Ugandans will be employed during that time directly in the sports facilities and the auxiliary facilities like the airport for protocol and guest hospitality management, etc. Then you also have the service providers. So I can give you an example of the about 60 billion shillings that is into preparing the operations for the readiness for AFCON by the local organizing committee. More than 40 billion shillings is actually going into providing of services. We will have catering services. All the 2,000 people you're calling to work will be fed for all the match days.
For Uganda, the benefits that AFCON brings are long-lasting legacy projects that will be talked about in years to come. On top of works on the sports infrastructure across the country, places like Hoima will never be the same again. For starters, Buseruka Health Center is hastily being upgraded to help on the health front and to standards that meet global demand. Busunju Hoima Road is also being worked on to ensure that movement to the Hoima City Stadium for teams and fans from across the country is smooth and on time.
We expect the best product out of what we already enjoyed going forward. Our Chief Guest, I want to report that as I talk now, my team are already finalizing all the transfers with the Bank of Uganda. And before I leave here, I will confirm that the money has already gone to the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs. As you are aware, this money has been availed by government 1 year ago.
The government of Uganda is also working on the Hoima water supply project that will take water from River Kafu to supply Hoima City and Kabalega International Airport. The other legacy projects that AFCON Pamoja 27 brings include Peche Memorial Stadium in Gulu and the Akibwa Olympic Stadium in Lira. And as AFCON comes closer to us than ever before, many also wonder whether there will be any financial benefits of note they get as individuals. Its impact on the locals is highly anticipated, with opening up of businesses, volunteering, and career opportunities is something of note. Ngabo Amon, Reporting for UBS TV in Kampala.